Today I have a really special video for you. It's going to be a 1-hour video from our course, The Ultimate Guide to Plasticity, in which I'm going to be designing a landing gear for the Sci-Fi ship. Now, the main point of the video is to teach you how to design mechanical elements for your Sci-Fi models, but at the same time showcase the course itself. Now, if you want to learn plasticity, and let me tell you that Plasticity is one of the coolest and easiest to use 3D softwares I've ever tried, and it's superb for artists and designers. And our ultimate guide to Plasticity will teach you how to create amazing designs in Plasticity. It's focused on Sci-Fi hard surface, but with all the skills which I teach in this course, you will learn everything you need to know in order to create your own amazing designs, whatever it is. We go through all the UI, the tools, we go through the entire process of modeling. We're using booleans, but we also focus a lot on surfacing and creating really clean surfaces with beautiful shading, like you can see on the screen. And the final result is this Sci-Fi ship. There's a massive bonus section on creating a functional interior for this vessel. There's a massive section on detailing and texturing. We're using our add-on Materialworks for this, and also really robust section, almost 4 hours long, on importing to Blender through Plasticity Bridge, optimizing the mesh, then obviously framing, lighting, rendering, and post-processing. So it's a full process from the very beginning to the very end. Doesn't matter if you're a complete beginner and you never touched plasticity in your life, or you're just intermediate, you're gonna learn a ton. So click the link in the video description or in the pinned comment below the video and grab the course. It's fantastic. Alright, well, let's get started. Enjoy the video. In this video, we're going to be designing the landing gear in the front and then in the back. Now we need to think about proportions also, well, where to place it. That's really important. So let's just kind of create a mock-up, right, of a landing gear. So something like this. And then let's actually Shift D this. Now you see the landing gear cannot be too short, so we might be needing to adjust the height of this. I would like to keep this, but something like this wouldn't be bad, right? It needs to be proportional to the ship itself. Now for this gear in the front, what I would like to do, I would like it to fold, sort of fold this way, right, up here, and then fold up to this element, right? So it's gonna be sort of rotating on pistons, right, or like some kind of a mechanism here, if you know what I mean. So it's gonna be folding here and then folding up, and there should be some sort of like a here, some sort of a piston or whatnot. It's gonna be pulling it. So P for pipe, yeah, something like this. So this is gonna fold in, and it's gonna pull it up. Right, so this could be either on sides or in the middle. There could be a hole here in the middle to, to accommodate for the piston. So we could have this one a bit, not too wide, basically, but with a hole in the middle, something like a. Let me see that, kind of like a feet or something. You see what I mean? So this will fold up, and this one's gonna be in the middle, right? And it's gonna fold up, and this is gonna pull it up, yeah. And then we're gonna have, these two kind of flaps opening for this gear, and this would look good. And then the gear, the back has to be on a similar level. So I mean, not similar, the identical level. So this would be much easier, right, to create. And we could have again some sort of mechanism here, maybe even in the middle here like this, right? Just pulling it up. And then maybe some kind of a piston pulling up here. So P. And boom, right? And this needs to be turned around. There we go. And this should be a little bit narrower. There we go. And also this gear here should be at an angle, right? So when we're gonna create it, it's gonna be coming up here, right? So this mechanism should be angled, right? So we should have some kind of a hinge here that's gonna be sort of folding this gear like this, right? Do you know what I mean? Kind of like an ankle at an angle. So something like this. And this could be on both sides, yeah? And this is gonna look, you know, good from the back. This, by the way, should be in the middle. So let's move it to the middle. You always have to create kind of like a mock-up to see how things look, yeah? This could be even wider, right? To give this vessel a bit more of a stance, you see what I mean? Right? Of course it's gonna be thinner, but you see that looks better visually. You always want to make it look good from all angles. And then, obviously, if you're going to be keeping this elevation, I think this elevation is fair enough, right? This is going to have to be either foldable or smaller. So, you know, it can't be digging into the ground, right? So this could be, you know, slightly smaller and, you know, something like this maybe, right? You know what I mean? So, but we can do this later, okay? Cool, so that's, I think that's good. There's a, you know, 1/3 here, then 2/3 break between them gone in the middle in as beautiful balance, I think. It looks also good from an angle, you see that? From this angle, it's not gonna overlap with the fin. The fin's gonna be a little smaller. From the front, it looks good. From the side, looks good. From the, you know, this angle looks good. That is a really, even from the top looks good, right? You could shoot it like this, so the guns will not align with the feet. That is really cool. So let's grab these, right? And we're going to Control J them. I'm gonna call them landing gear mockup, right? And we can start designing basically. So you know, we can turn them off anytime we need. Nuke this one, nuke this one. We don't need it. What the hell is these? Oh, these need to go to the ship. So ship, boom, right? So they're in a one folder. We could turn off guns for the time being, honestly. We probably don't need them. We're just gonna focus on this. So now let me just try this one more time. Yeah, here, okay. So we need some kind of an opening here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, let me just turn it on. Let me just turn it on for a second. I'm gonna create a cut here, right? That's gonna be following this angle here. So tap shift, there we go, and Alt Z. And we need flaps here to open for this gear, right? We could just do that. Tap, and you know, they need to be kind of long. And then we could follow this angle here. Right, so we got these two, B, and just run a bevel. And we're gonna slice it, yeah? So C, and in fact, let's imprint it, because when we imprint it, we're gonna be able to see that. Right, and then we're gonna create another group called curves landing gear. Alright, and we're gonna hide it for now. So see, now we're gonna have some sort of indication where these, you know, where this front flap's gonna be, right? Because this needs to accommodate the entire gear. So now this one could be also broken into two pieces. So here, let's slice this, right? So this one could be, you know, kind of like this, right? Do you see what I mean? How this looks? Yeah, so, you know, it kind of folds in, right, on itself. Or maybe even something like this. So this one folds up. Maybe shouldn't be so long. Yeah, this one folds up here, and then it pulls it up, or, you know, to the top. And this could be a little bit closer here. So, I mean, this cut could be a little bit more forward. So let me just select that and nuke this. And let me just run this again. So grab that, move it forward here. There we go. And then imprint it here. I think it's gonna be better. You see that? Could be. I'm not sure about this breakage here. The straight line would be better, but you know. This could be a straight line, to be honest, because there's enough space to pull it, yeah? So this could fold up and just be pulled up, right? So, yeah, let's start working on it. Okay. So let's hide this. And actually, what we need is an elevation here. So hang on a second. Let's just run a cube here like this. So we have more or less the elevation. There we go. And also the position of it. So let's just move it in here. And scale it appropriately. There we go, we can work with this, right? Alright, so first of all, let's put it in the middle, because that's important. Okay. And this shouldn't be too, too wide. This could be actually sort of narrower on the front, right? So we could grab that and we can't scale it like this. We can probably move the edge though. G and move it in here. There we go. And then we can mirror this. So, right. So it's kind of like a narrower in the front, and maybe we could even drop this one here down, make it flatter, or create some kind of like a shape going slightly up. This could be also interesting. So something like this, right? Maybe not as high, but something like that, right? And then this kind of a shape, and this could be less, right? This could be actually imitating these edges here. Hang on. Let's just tap shift here. There we go. And go here, and then we could go up. This angle could be actually similar to that one. There we go. Something like that, right? And then instead of this one, we could have this one. So E extruded. And then we could bevel this, right? And thicken it. Something like this, right? And let's move it to curves. Nuke this, we don't need it. Okay, and then make sure it's in the middle. And obviously it needs to be a little bit wider, so. Okay, then the front. The front could be actually more pointy. We could sort of slice it like this here. And see what's gonna happen. So see and slice it, right? Then mirror this again. Right, and then bevel these. In addition, the middle could be hollow, so, right. Also, the front could be thinner, so just select that. There you go. Bevel these two. And just move it in here. Oh, these bevels should be a little bit different. Hang on. G, B. Right. And this could be actually angular. So let's slice it and see how we're looking. That's interesting. So I'm now thinking that maybe we could do it differently. Maybe we could have a gear like this and kind of folding up. So instead of, let me show you, something like this, and then have another one, piston here. This will move forward on like a rail. This will kind of fold up, and this one will follow, and it's gonna kind of fold in here. This is an interesting shape. I like that. So maybe we can go with something like this. So we could actually draw this with, with a curve. Something like this here. just adjust it. Z and hold control here. There we go. I'm gonna bevel these two. And extrude it. There we go. Could move this up here. Don't need it. Then let's move this one to the middle. Peachy. Now this could be slightly higher here. And also not as thick. Could be beveled. And we could have an opening here. Oh, it's too low. Let's select this one. You can actually move this wherever you want. It's pretty cool. Could also make it a little bit smaller, but this size I think it's fine. And then we're gonna have some kind of a mechanism here. Also, these could be slightly wider here in the bottom. So watch this. We could just draw a shape here like that, and then imprint it. And we could just grab these and move them out here. Oh, extrude them. Let's extrude them on the f-axis like this. Right, there we go. This one is slanted, which is why it's kind of slightly sort of this is why the extrusion was trying to go up, because this edge is slanted. Now we could rotate this face a little bit, so we could just do that. RZ, right? And we could just kind of cut this here. Let me grab this to local view. Let me snatch this to local view and we can cut it here in local. There we go. Like that. See and cut it. That will do. And we could chamfer this. And bevel these. Okay, so that will do. Awesome. This could be opened up here. In fact, we could do this with a cube. I think it's gonna be easier. Okay, that will do. And then we can bevel these. Just to give it a bit of a design, yeah? Now this one could be chamfered here, so this could be beveled. Oh. Otherwise it will not work. See what I mean? Same in here. Just chamfer. There we go. Are we getting somewhere? Let's mirror this to the other side. Okay. We could bevel this or chamfer this here. Maybe beveling is fine. And then we could have a chamfer on this one, or bevel. Hang on a second. A chamfer will look more mechanical, right? So there you go. And definitely a chamfer here. And the same here. Okay, this one could be chamfer too. Maybe a little bit less. Alright. And we could have some kind of a design, cut here as well. So, we could have a cut here like this. Grab this one. Then this one. And this one. Tap here and do something like that. This is going super anal, but I'm just having fun. I really like designing these. I know I could do this for hours. It's a lot of fun. Is it a chamfer or a bevel? I think it's a bevel. And these two could be beveled together, so. And cut it, right? There we go. And then chamfer that. Boom, right? It could be a little bit smaller though, hang on. Select it with Alt and just make it smaller. There we go. Small chamfer here. Boom, right? You know, it's gonna be a little bit lighter in form, yeah. Not so clunky and heavy, right? Cool. So that's that. And then we can start, go back here and we can start designing. See, that looks really cool. Not sure if this one isn't too tall. This one here. I think it's a little bit too high. So in this case, we might need to nuke that. And nuke this one. And then nuke these two. And this one. And drop this down, yeah? So select these. And can't we do that? Really? This will not work. Oh, there we go. And then grab this one. Whoa. Okay, and then the same here. There we go. Yeah, I gotta love this about plasticity. You can do that. It's crazy. Yeah, I think this is better, you know. It was actually too tall. That's better. Okay, so now we can redo this, right? So chamfer here. Chamfer here. Maybe a little bit smaller. And chamfer here. Right? A bit bigger. And chamfer here. Awesome. So now we need to connect these two, right? So let's just drop this down. Somewhere here. In fact, I wonder if this is a good idea. I mean, this design here. Maybe I should close this down and rethink this. So what we could do is something like this. And we could create a mockup in here, sort of like a make-believe. There's a B for separate body, move it inside here. Scale this. There you go. And create something like this here. Okay, this should be definitely larger. And definitely higher. Okay, now, so this is gonna be moving back and front. Even larger than this, there we go. And this could be mounted on some sort of a, you know, like a base here. For which we could use a cube, I suppose. B for separate body. Okay, there we go. Now let's move it to the middle. Okay. And this should be wider as well. Somewhere here, there we go. Because you need, you know, you need structural strength for it, right? It's supposed to support the whole vessel. Remember that. So it cannot be too feeble, right? Or it will not make any bloody sense. Let me see that. That's not too bad. This mechanism here should be definitely open also. I think it should be chamfered. Or beveled. Maybe beveled is better. Yeah, we're gonna create some openings here to make it lighter in form. Now these here could be slightly remodeled. There we go. This one could be a little bit longer and then beveled. And we definitely need to make this a little bit lighter, so. And also we need to cut this. So let's cut it from the top here. Like this. Wait. B for a separate body again. Scale this. Scale this on Y and move it in. Right. I need to think about this. Hang on. Sink it deeper. Let me mirror this. And then let me see Q. And how this looks. This looks okay, but we need to run a loop here and drop this down. Run the chamfer here, there we go. Now, before we do anything, let's bevel this one. In fact, both of them. Let's bevel this one. Hold Control and click here. So you're gonna bevel both. Maybe we should first actually bevel this. Let me see that now. Yeah, that's better. Hold Control, click this. There we go. Then we can chamfer this one here. Right. Boom. Okay, that's good. Definitely chamfer this one. And this one here should be sliced. So slice that. There we go. So now we're gonna have two elements here moving, right? One here and one here. Okay, so mirror that. And then mirror this one. And then mirror that. There we go. How are we looking? We're not looking too terrible. I'm not sure about this shape though. I think this shape could be improved. Let's nuke that. I don't like it. So I do like this though. And also here we could have similar elements as we have on the guns. So what the hell is that? You could also have a cutout in here. So let me just run a cut here. So Shift Q and imprint it. Now let's grab this and kind of pull it out and chamfer that. And we'll bevel these two. Okay, and in the front we could have a cutout here, so you know, something like this here. Basically. We could even borrow this edge here to create this cut, but honestly, I think something like this will do. And then bevel these. And bevel these. And then imprint this. We could even actually cut this. This could be interesting. We see that. This is gonna look lighter, even lighter, you know, in form. This bevel could be increased to make it more supple, kind of follow the top. There we go, see what I mean? That's kind of cool. Maybe it's too much. and then chamfer that, and chamfer the middle. And oh yeah, we need to bevel this one first, and then chamfer this. No one's gonna be seeing that, but you know, we're having fun now, yeah? Mirror to the other side. Obviously, these two could be merged together, but you know, they don't have to be. If you want to merge them together, it's going to be difficult to run a bevel here around because of the chamfer, but we could always switch it to a bevel. Alright, cool. So now we need to sort of create a connection here, so we need to think about it, right? So I'm still thinking that we should do something like this. I think it's just gonna look really kind of elegant on the front, like a leg of a bird, you know what I mean? It just looks cool. So before we do anything, we need to just draw that. Now the solution would be just simply straight up, kind of like a mechanism pulling it up, and then a piston here to pull this up to the back to the ship. So this kind of folds in and then up, yeah? This is also kind of cool, or maybe even better. So if we want to go with this one, in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to draw it in here. I'm going to just draw this shape. And then go up here, like this. We could follow some certain angle here. Which one? We could follow this angle. It's not too steep. Yeah, it's a little bit too steep, I think. It should be something like this. Yep, okay, let's follow that angle. And then, you know, it's too high. Somewhere here, and then down to this dot, right? Something like this. And we could simply create kind of like a foldable, you know, telescopic piston or whatever. So let's extrude this, and let's put it in the middle. Accent in the middle here, there we go. And nuke this one. Let me just make this a little bit larger here. Okay. This could be chamfered. I like that. And these could be actually even more. Let me just nuke this X-ray. Yeah, and then we can bevel the front. It's gonna look awesome, I think. Or chamfer. Now let's bevel this. That looks pretty cool. Then we definitely need to bevel the sides here. Maybe this should be a little bit larger. This needs to be beveled 100%. And this one's as well. Cool, and now what we can do, how this looks, it's not too bad actually. Now we need to slice this. So, slice it. Now it should be 90 degrees here. So there you go. That's not 90 degrees, is it? Hang on a second, let me see that. That's 90 degrees, okay. So let's nuke that. We're gonna grab this one and extend it. There you go. Because what I want to do is I want to start imprinting this. So we need something fat here on the bottom, right? So let's imprint, actually, hang on. Maybe somewhere here. Let's imprint this. Also, I'm not crazy about this connection here. I'm gonna nuke it for now. And these two, let's keep it raw. And this one as well, actually, I'm gonna keep it raw. So now with this one, we need to think. Now we need a thinner connection on the bottom. I think smaller than this. Honestly, this is too thick. So we could just grab this one and scale it down a bit. Same here. right? So, you know, it's thick, but it's not too thick. Do you know what I mean? Let me see this. Something like this, right? Then we need a thicker connection at the top, right? Let's slice it in here. So imprint it, right? Move this up. And this one should be thicker, okay? Right? And then we're gonna go even higher. So somewhere here. Let's imprint this again here. And then we're gonna select these and make them even thicker, right? Let's now run bevels here. Also, let's clean the topology here. So 4 and remove the redundant topology. That didn't remove these lines here, but it's okay. Let's run a bevel here on all of these, right? So let's try that. How this looks. This looks better. This could be actually slightly thinner, you know. So we could thin it out. Oh, we can't. Are you serious? Why? Interesting. Maybe because of these? What the hell? There we go. Select the face and exit. Now maybe it's gonna work. Let's select the loop with Alt. There we go. So the line was actually preventing it from collapsing. Let's actually go up here and squash this a bit. And this could be a bit rounder. Simply larger bevel. There you go. And this one too. Smaller. And then rounder bevels. And we're gonna mirror to the other side, yeah? How are we looking? We're not looking too bad actually. Let's mirror that. Let me see. And just move it here. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. Not too bad. Not too bad. So with this one, this folds up here. This folds up here. This should be lower. This. Right? Somewhere here, I think. Because what we're gonna do is this will fold here, this will fold here, and this one's gonna get pulled up. So in fact, this whole gear here should be a little bit back. Either this or this cut here should be more to the front. So again, the question is if it's gonna be, you know, this front here is gonna be thick enough to actually, you know, hide this gear. I think it will be, it's fine. So yeah, let's remove this, right? We need a new cut here. Okay, so let's enable these cuts and grab this one, move it forward. Somewhere here, right? And slice it again. So Shift Q and imprint, right? And hide it. Let me see that. It's a little bit too much to the front, you know. I kind of prefer this one. Now the issue is that if I'm going to move this to the front, it's going to be in the middle. It's going to look really bad design-wise. So maybe I should move this one a little bit back. You know, this whole gear situation. Why is it not moving? Grab this one and kind of move it back a little bit. How this will look. Not too bad. Not too bad. This whole thing could be smaller. So SS and scale it. And drop it down. How we looking? We're looking pretty peachy. Let's grab this one and, you know, expand it or extrude it. If that doesn't work, hang on. Let me just grab this one and go to local. Let's nuke this one. Press X, there we go. grab this one and move it down. There we go. So that's what I want. Something like this, peachy. Then we're gonna have to cut this, so cut it in here. Can follow this line to be accurate. Slice that, nuke this bit here. Perfect. Now we're looking good. Chamfer that. We're also gonna have to sort of connect these, but before we do that, let's select this one and actually make it smaller. So SS and make it even narrower, maybe SX and make it narrower. How we looking? Even more narrow. There we go. I think that's good. And these could also be narrower. Right. Something like this. Grab this face here and pull it in. There we go. Select that, nuke it, mirror, and done. Cool, so now we can combine these two. So QQ, right? And then we're gonna run a bevel here, so alright. Because that's important. How we looking? We're looking pretty good. We obviously need bevels here. Right? For highlights, and then we're good to go. Awesome. So then all we need is a piston, right? So we're gonna need a some sort of a connection here. So click in the middle, wherever here somewhere, and pull it up here. And obviously we're gonna move it up here, so it needs to be connected to this bit. So again, this folds in, and it's here, right? And then this one just simply pulls it up and the feet kind of collapses. So actually this one should be also deeper. So let's just nuke this rubbish here. Now this here in the back, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna nuke this chamfer here for a sec. I'm going to nuke this one. Let's select this one and nuke it, select this one and nuke it. And then what we could do is select these. Right? And try to, let's try to X this, there we go. Plasticity is great, man. And now what I want to do is I want to actually move this face across. Now I don't want to move it completely across like this. I mean, we actually could. Because then what we could do, we could run a loop here and bring this one up. Like this, right? And this I think would be better. So here we could run a bevel on these. And then a chamfer here. And bevel on this one. Slightly smaller. There we go. And then we could have the chamfer here if we wanted. And another bevel here. How this looks? This looks interesting. So let's now mirror this. Q. So now see when the gear goes up, it can actually fold in here. And that's kind of cool. This one also could be hollowed out here, to be honest. Like this, right? B for new body. Scale that. And we could just, delete the back here. I think this could be interesting. Let me try this. Let me bevel that. Select that and let's just nuke this. I'm not sure about that. Maybe not completely. Maybe not completely. Hang on. Maybe we should do something like this. Let's bevel this similar to the similar size and then try to nuke this. Hang on. 4Q and let's nuke that one. Let's see that. Maybe that's better. Yeah, that's better. That's kind of makes this gear really light, yeah, visually. Okay, cool. So now we can run the pipe here, right? So run the pipe. And again, gotta be thinner here. And well, it cannot be too thin because he needs to pull the whole gear up, right? But it cannot be too thick either. So maybe a little bit thinner like this, something like that. And obviously we're gonna need a hinge over there, right? So what we could do is simply create a mockup hinge, right? Like this. Beef, come on. Run a hinge here, and then beef up new body. Move it in and scale it, right? And let's see that. It cannot be too low because it's gonna be structurally, weak. So it needs to be somewhere here. There we go. And this could be embedded in here, This could look pretty badass, to be honest. Somewhere here. Embedded in this one. Instead of beveling, this could be chamfered. I think it's going to be a bit more aggressive. And also mechanical. Now these, could be done with decals, so we don't have to overdo the detail here. Right? This definitely needs to be mirrored. Okay, and then this should be kind of connected here. And also, this should be a moving part basically, so I'm thinking how to solve this. Now what we need, right? We need to make sure that, this rotates, right? So maybe instead of having one, we could have two on both sides. Kind of here. Like this. And this could be just simply, wider. Right? Let's do this chamfer for a second. Because this could work. And then, this pipe could be thinner here. Connected to these on the sides, right? So one here and one on the other side. Let me just bring this gear to the local view because this is annoying. There we go. So now this one could be mirrored to the other side. Then this one could be sliced here. So you're gonna have a space to move, right? Slice here. There we go. Let's chamfer this on both sides. Then make sure that this one is in the middle. And it's actually still smaller than this. So let's make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, nuke that. And we can mirror this one too. This one's gonna be merged with the chassis. So this one could be actually slightly further away. So GX, move it in here. And this face should be a little bit larger. I mean, deeper here like that. There we go. And then chamfer it. Let's mirror this across. Boolean these together. Run a bevel here. Come on. Run a bevel on this one. Not a chamfer bevel. There we go. And then boolean these together. Run a bevel here. And then mirror this across, right? How we looking? Yeah, that's actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. So then let's go back and then we can actually play with this. So here, let's run a loop on this one, right? Somewhere here. And we're gonna make this one thicker. And run another loop here. And make this one thicker, okay? Right? And then we can just run chamfers on both of these. And this should sort our problem of the gear, and then obviously we need to mirror it to the other side. So Alt X and mirror. So that's landing gear done, but now what we need to do, we need to kind of make sure that we have a cutout here done properly. And I was thinking that what we could do, we could just grab this one and shift D this, right? And we could just go to local view and thicken this. There is some problem here. Hang on a second. Let me delete that. Let me just go here. There's some double edge. What is this? There was a double edge here too. You can see just more, it's a kind of like thicker, you see that? Let me just go to graphic view. Now we have one edge. That's weird. How about this one? That's one edge, okay, fine. So let's mirror this to the other side before we forget, yeah? So now what we need to do, we need to select again this one, right? And we're going to shift D that. And we're gonna grab this and go to here, go to local, and we're going to thicken it. All right. Boom. And we're going to run a bevel on this, right? So bevel here. That's a chamfer. I want a bevel. There we go. That's good. Let's select this edge, start beveling, and click here. Beveling and bullioning is super slow sometimes. It's a chamfer. I don't want a chamfer. I want a bevel mate. So go down and then click here. It's a little bit large. Hold shift. And we can just hopefully make it slightly smaller. And this will do. Okay. And then let's grab this one. Right. Go here and we're going to enable these curves, which are invisible here. Let's go back. And we're going to slice it. So see and slice it literally, right? So let me just nuke that. There we go. This one's going to be mirrored to the other side. Okay. Perfect. Let's hide these curves. And let's grab this one now and let's play with it. Alright, so here we're gonna create a very simple cut, okay? Let's go here and create a cut. It doesn't have to go across the whole shape like this. We're gonna make it longer here, so SX. I mean longer, wider. And here too. One more time. SX. There we go. And let's actually bevel these. Or in fact not yet. Let's imprint this. Imprint it and hide occlusion. Okay. We can nuke this curve, we don't need it. And then we're gonna grab that and nuke it down. Now don't push it through, yeah, it's important. We also have to rotate it a little bit like this. There we go. And then a little bit lower to the very limit. Right? Boom, right. So we're gonna create this kind of a bay for the gear. Bevel these. Chamfer these. Right, and then we can go back. And then we can actually run a bevel on this one here. Right. Like this. And let me see how we're looking. I think we're looking pretty good. There you go. And this could be openable, right? So, you know, just R and then V, and we could snap it in here. Actually, to the corner. Come on, you stubborn. There we go. And then we could open it like this. Now, before we nuke this, let's just create a backup. So let's call this flap static front and gear flap static front, yeah. So we can turn it off and actually move it to the ship. So let's turn it off and move it to the ship, yeah. So when we need one that it's not rotated, you can have it, you know what I mean? So let's mirror this across and see how we're looking. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. So here we could draw something. Let's say something like this. Press B for in your body. Well, this is obviously too deep. it cannot be, you know, lower than this mechanism here, right? It can be lower than this here. Boom, right? Something like that. And then we could, I don't know, just have some fun here, right? Why this doesn't work here? What's going on? There we go. Select these two and bevel them. And then chamfer this, whatever, right? And we could add some additional stuff here. So run a split here and maybe combine these two here like that. You know, to create some kind of, I don't know, mechanism over there, whatnot. So it doesn't go to nothingness, do you know what I mean? This one too should be could be connected to something, you know. So we could run another one here, B, and move it back, right? And just bevel these, I don't know, whatever. And we could insert it, or even better, we could run a cut here. Just slice it and nuke that. And run a loop here and pull this up a little bit. And then these two could be slightly narrower, right? This could be going higher. Hang on, let me just grab this and pull it up. Okay. I mean, no one's gonna be looking there, but you know, you could have some fun, yeah. This one could be beveled, and we could also mirror this. There we go. Then we could chamfer this one, and then we could run some sort of a, you know, I don't know, rotary mechanism here. B for new body, and G and move it in here. Right? And right, something like this. Scale this and mirror it. I mean, chamfer the. Oh, actually, we could bevel these here like this. Mirror to the other side again. All right. So now with this one done, let's actually run bevels here. I mean, no one's gonna see this, yeah. But you know, it's about having fun. So now let's grab these two because they two, you know, they kind of protruding. This one is protruding, so let's just select that and drop it down here. There we go, and then we're going to merge them. Yeah, so 4 QQ and then on the bevel here. Boom, right. Not chamfer, bevel. There we go. We're looking good. And go back, right. And even if you look in here, you get something, you know, right, which is important. So this one, I don't know, there should be a bevel. Oh, can I actually remove this? I think this is baked. See, like when you make a bevel large like this, you can't do anything with it. How about this? Let me move this to this face. There we go. Let's just offset it again. And there we go. And whoa, I prefer chamfer here, to be honest. I think it's gonna look better. And maybe smaller too, you know. Gonna be more technical, I suppose. Yeah, there we go, that's better. So let me see how we're looking. We're looking pretty good. And obviously, you would need some kind of, you know, some kind of a hinges here. So what we could do is create some sort of a hinge like that. right? And, you know, bevel these. It's a make-believe anyway, you know, it doesn't have to be mechanically correct. Just extrude it, then thicken this a little bit. Go to orthographic view, it's gonna be easier to manipulate with these. And then we can, you know, select these edges here. And just, you know, chamfer this one. Chamfer this one, right? And then maybe create some sort of a cut here. Bevel this a little bit more. Move it to the middle more or less and just slice it. Chamfer that. Chamfer that, right, or bevel, whatever. And this doesn't even have to be symmetrical. Grab this and move it somewhere here. And let me just select these two. Let me just select these three and go to local view. Wait a minute. Oh, it's over there. Let me move this forward. Here. Alright. Let's make it larger. And then we're gonna duplicate it. Like I said, this is more of a, you know, make-believe than anything else. Right, something like this. And then just mirror them to the other side. And let's go back. And there you go. See, that kind of looks like there is some kind of a hinge or whatnot. Pulling it up, yeah? So there you go. And I think we're done with the front gears. Now, in next video, we're gonna be working on the back gear, okay? Also, these flaps, you know, they could technically move a little bit higher, so it's gonna look cleaner and show a bit more of a gear. See what I mean? They could move kind of like here, like this, right? At the angle, like that. Let me see that. You know what I mean? That's actually better. So let's just mirror this. So they kind of open and they slide up, so they show more of a vessel. Also, I wonder if this wouldn't be better. A little bit kind of misaligned to break the alignment of this, you know, kind of like this. Do you know what I mean? Just make sure they don't overlap here because it's gonna be bad, yeah. So let's just move them outside a bit. There you go. And mirror the other one too. How we looking? Do you see what I mean? It's just higher and it sort of, you know, looks better. Right? So let's just enable guns and see how we're looking. Oh yeah, there's a gap here. Beautiful. That is really nice. And we're gonna have two here in the back. We can actually, you know, kind of position them more or less. So Shift D. Well, let's just move this in here. We may have to redo this a little bit, right? Rotate it on Z by 180. There we go. And let's see that. Yeah, see, it's just gonna look good here. Somewhere here. Obviously, they're gonna have to be on this side and slanted, yeah. So this entire mechanism here, right? All of this needs to be slanted to the right, including these. So R, V, and this is gonna have to, you know, be like this somehow, right? Do you know what I mean? So we're gonna have to figure this out in the next video. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.